Hi, this is David Marsh with EminiTradingStrategies.com. Today is July 7th, 2010. Going to be leaving for the week on some personal business. So I wanted to try to catch one more video for you guys. You can see we're in no zone here and we just came out of no zone. And we have a couple opportunities here that we can take. One of them is taking the NSC out of no zone, which is our high probability trade. I could also take an EET, which is an early entry technique, and that would put me short in the position of the potential NSE. That would be a high probability trade. Now, the risk reward on this trade is better, but it's not a higher probability trade such as the NSE coming out of no zone, but still a great little trade. In fact, it's one of my favorite trades, but that is not yet triggered, so there's not much at this point I can do. I just wanted to come in and check in and show you what's going on, but we actually are close to an EET. But I'm going to wait for the NSE coming out of no zone, but I will show you the EET when it happens. So let me go ahead and pause the video and we'll come back in a minute. All right, we're back. The EET signaled you to jump in right around 30 and a quarter with a maximum 4 tick stop loss. Now, I'm bringing this up because if this trade stops out, well, you'd lose 4 ticks. You could still take the NSE coming out of no zone. But if this trade, so it stopped out. But if this trade were to have gone down and we got the NSE, you could have made 3 points off that trade. That's one of the again, the risk reward is a lot better on this trade, but it's more of an aggressive trade. So at this point, we're still going to be holding off. If we go back into no zone again, would probably be taking a pullback trade opposed to the NSE. So not much yet going on. The EET was a loser. We're still holding tight, seeing if we can get the NSE out of no zone. There's a pullback trade that triggered. Now, I could have also taken a pullback trade. Okay, pullback trade would have been a 30.75 fill, 31.75 profit. Now, the reason I don't take the pullback trade here is because we're coming out of no zone. Would rather grab the NSE. Okay, there are times you can take them both. We could have jumped into this trade. I don't know if we would have been filled, and we may catch a 4 tick winner and then still catch the NSE, which again is a normal system entry. So sometimes there's a little bit of subjectivity in trading, right? I mean, we've got a couple of good trades that we can take, and you say, well, we could have had the pullback trade. It would have been a winning trade. True. Okay. But if this thing turned right back around, I would have missed the NSE. And when I'm coming out of no zone, I want to take the NSE. I want to be in the direction of that NSE by either taking the EET short, which I didn't take, and if had I taken, it would have been a loser, but I just would have recovered, or at least tried to recover on the NSE short. Now, the pullback trade, of course, was a nice trade. I could have had it and still have taken the NSE, but hindsight's always 20/20. So we're still flat. Nothing happened yet. We're just waiting for our NSE out of no zone. So let me go ahead and pause the video, and we'll come back in a bit. Okay, we're back. We're back in the no zone, and we definitely now at this point will not take normal system entries because we expect this market to continue its upward bias. So I'm going to take a pullback trade here. I changed my parameters from 6 ticks stop to 4 ticks profit. So we're going to go for a pullback trade, and my pullback entry is now 31.50. I'm going to drag that up there. Again, this is Pro Indicator version 2 showing you the pullback entries. We had a nice one there. We elected not to take it because we wanted to take the NSE. Would have been a winning trade. That's okay. It is what it is. We didn't know we were going to come back into no zone. We don't know over here what's going to happen over here, just like we don't know what's going to happen next. So the rules tell us we're in a nice long trend. We're in no zone, so we do not take the NSE, okay, when we're in no zone. So the only plausible trade I would take here would be a long pullback trade, or I could take an EET to the long side, but that's not even close to being set up, so that's not even an option. So the pullback trade is the only option we have at this point in the game. So if we keep up ticking here, Pro Indicator is going to take our entries up higher like it just did, and we'll drag our entry up to 31.75, and we'll just simply keep dragging this up until we get filled or until it cancels. And if it cancels, well, that's that. You wait for your next trade. You don't chase a trade. We don't, it's all about the psychology of trading. It's about being disciplined when you trade. So that's the one thing I don't want to do is say, well, gosh, I missed this pullback trade. I could have did this or I could have did that. I don't have time for that. And in trading, it's paramount to your success to stay on your A game. You got to be disciplined at all times. So we're following the rules. We're waiting for the NSE out of no zone. we went back into no zone, so we can't take the NSC now until we come out of no zone. And depending on when it does come out of no zone, we may catch it again on tape, but I'm not going to be here all day, so unfortunately I don't know if that's going to happen. So we'll just try to catch the pullback trade here at 32, but I need to pause because we are getting way low on time. All right, we're here at the pullback level of 33.50. We'll see if we can get filled. Now, at this point, I have not been filled. If it touches its profit objective of 4 ticks, I'll cancel the trade. Why? Because the pullback did its thing. It came to its pullback level, and if it touches 50, it touches its profit level. So trying to stay in the trade, even trying to get filled on that trade after it's made its profit would be, well, wouldn't be smart because the trade's over. It did its thing. So we'll see if we can get filled down here at 33.50 and try to run it up for a fast point. But again, if it prints 34.50 and I'm not filled, then I'm not. Then of course I can't. I've missed the trade. So we are getting really low on time. We'll try to, well, not much I can do until this market does what it's going to do. So we're just going to let the video roll and see if we get filled here, or we'll cancel at 34.50 if it prints. So, and again, that's a very important rule. Sometimes that can get frustrating when you see a trade that you miss a fill on, then it goes to profit. You think, oh man, it was a nice trade, but you don't chase trades. Okay, psychology, discipline, guys, it's all part of it. If you don't get filled on something, then you don't get filled. You just move on to your next trade. I mean, to be honest, I'm shocked we're not filled yet. A lot of prints have been going off here at 33.50, but I guess not enough to fill us yet. So we're just going to hold tight and keep it live until it hits 34.50. Okay, we're filled. Now I do have a 6-tick stop loss. If it touches 34.50, I'll take my stop loss to entry. I had my stop strategy on custom to move it based on the NSC that we were trying to take, so it's going to be a little funky. It's not going to move after 4 ticks, so I'll have to go ahead and do it. But let's pause the video. We're getting way low on time, and we'll come back when we get close to the end of this trade. All right, here we go. We've touched 50, so I'm going to take my stop loss to entry here. Again, I made a little mistake. I forgot to change my move stop. So, all right, we got stopped out even on that trade. We jumped in at 33.50, and it did touch its profit objective. I was not filled. I brought my stop loss to break even, and it stopped out. So not a winner, not a loser, and we're just going to stop this video, and we'll try to catch one more trade here before I leave for the day.